Prime Minister, Honorable James Marape, to grace us in our headquarters, PNG Forest Authority. And it's a unique experience for all of us to have the Prime Minister to visit our office. It has not happened before. And I see that the new minister has brought the Prime Minister to this office.
Thanks, sir. And I just want to appreciate all of you senior executives who are here at short notice. Who's amongst us? All the directors. SGS boss. What's SGS boss? Oh, SGS boss, huh? Very good. How many logs sheep we have living at our shores this week?
Oh, well, I'll have to look up the database, sir.
Sorry?
I'll look up the database, but we can give you an answer anytime on those sort of questions. Sure.
All right. And how many have we exported already this year? How many ships gone out? And
Yeah, this year you're heading for about 3 million cubic metres, so if you take about 2/3 of that, that's where we sit at the moment. Close to 2 million cubic metres as we sit here.
2 billion already.
Yeah.
What's the kina value of those logs that has gone out?
Oh, the kina value would be, well, they're about $100 a cubic metre. But, sir, I can, we send a monthly report to your office every month with the exact up-to-date figures as they come out. So probably better to work on precise numbers, but if you base it on, say, 300 kina a cubic metre, you wouldn't be far off.
Well, I'm asking you to do the mathematics now. Any one of you here policy?
That's 600 million.
Money for our country, but at a sustainable rate. This sector is one of the sleeping giants. We've been playing marbles so far. I want you all to recommend to the minister, through the board and MD, as to how best we could ramp up and double our production in this sector without compromising sustainability, compromising good environmental practices. So I'm giving you all a double up target now. Let's double our productions, but let's focus on those that we are already doing. Let's take a full review of what needs to be done. Existing the 205, I'll be interested to read through how long they've been in production and how long they've been in operation. By now, all existing businesses who are not landowner business, they must have an element of downstream processing built into the operation. 3 years on, speaking on this, and we haven't moved miles. I'm very discouraged. I come into the same place with no substance of progress in the downstream processing conversation. No more new license to be issued. Let's take review on what we have, the 205. Inform all stakeholders. Government wants a serious placement of the downstream focus. All existing forest business in our country must have now clearly evident presented to National Forest Authority their business plan to go downstream. No more renewal of permits until this comes in. For those that do not have an association with the downstream in their business plan, state will exercise its right in the state marketing option. We look into this at the very earliest. And all logs cut, we will put them into log points in our country. I want us to work through this. Log pond, there will be another policy with terrestrial. All export, SGS, every export that is go, we need the matching kina or dollar to come back in our country. Plus 900 million kina imitoka must come back to the country. From country, you can distribute them for benefit. I make no apology to anyone. It may seem hard, but and it's just not also forestry. Fisheries and agriculture, we go down the same. Gold and oil and gas, that's the same concept. Any production made in our country must come back in our country before they distribute it to the sellers outside, wherever it is. I want forestry to start because every night there's a shipment of log leaving our country. Going forward, you give me an advice on when do we exercise our state marketing option. I want it to be done at the very earliest. those of you with the minister, work with the minister, let's work through this. So downstream and state will now exercise its right to maybe up to 30% if the law allows for that, start to get from all log points. The same price. The same price, SGS and forestry, our companies, they've been declaring we'll pay them the same price. Declare 80 kina cubic meter of log for that log species, we'll pay you that price. We're declaring 200 kina, we'll pay you that price. How we sell outside, that's our business. We sell. The stock salary is low. We must, our resources are being plundered at minimal return to our economy. I'm serious about this now, I want to fix it. I will not be in this seat forever. Minister will not be in this seat forever. You and me are retiring one time. We want to add value to our economy. Forestry, tomorrow I'm visiting fisheries. Same conversation we got to fisheries. I'm not here monkeying around. I'm not here to entertain someone to get a job. We want to get maximum return to our country at the very earliest. So forestry, your conversation today, no more permit. Those who want to apply, only landowners will be allowed to have permit license. But landowners will have a 5-year, 10-year window for them to migrate to downstream. And we will try to look into areas where provincial governments and districts become agents to assist us in assisting SGS or is it SGS or SGS. We'll find a role for provincial government officers, taxmen, customs, and district officers to work with SGS. We verify every log we're exporting out of our country. Every DY go outside, we must count it. Time to use him technology too now. Put him satellite log of logging areas. Put him camera or you may look him how much he may cut him. Like I don't mind earning $900 million every year if it is the value of the logs I'm selling, but I must go to bed at night knowing that that's the money that I'm supposed to receive for the log that is leaving. So I'm suddenly thinking you work hard finish or contributing to the thinking, huh? Downstream processing, state marketing option, no more permitting until minister and me and at the table we all satisfied that we've taken stock of where we've come and where we must go, and we plan out how we may go for the next 10 years, 15 years. The way you cut him, lot of money. You cut him one place, you put him how much go back to the ground. You may make him come up or no? Huh? You cut him and you play him how much 5 pla. I'm true again. Lot of money. You cut him one pla, but you put him how much go back to the ground. 2 pla, big pla, it's not like that. Cut one, plant one. Cut one, plant one. Have we make it happen or no? No. Same, yeah. Son-in-law same. Me same, you may got same. Law talk na, you may not make it this son-in-law country minister. What's up I make it this one? Cut one, plant one, and come up finish or no? Penalty blood is stop way. Yes, him 2,000 kina, 1 pla permit a sol na. Sali me go na, cut one, plant one, you know, come on. Depletable resources we're talking about. For us, I think it's about time we make it up. This minister, unlike other ministers of us, you're sitting here, you come in here, you deal straight by the books. James Marape and Pangu Party didn't go to the elections with any support from anyone, including forest companies. We owe no one any special favor. We just want to get on with the business of fixing our country and getting it right once and for all. Hamas sleep every night, karam physical, karam diwai go na. You mean sa Hamas go na. You don't follow, give me one ancestor. Hamas lo diwai go out. You talk pisin lo, you blow one bullet blow me kisim lo, head blow na, go kuru blow na, you gonna make it walk with some blessings. You like you mean now fixing of slab. MD, no more permit being issued until you can stop the clearing. A permit come one them up. Find a way to get involved the provincial governments and the districts. They can work with our landowners, clearly, synonym good. Or landowner tasok can still permit, but clearly landowner businesses. We work with this plan. This plan 205 license here, checking good. We go through one plan, every file blow, a history blow, also export him how much finish. Money blow this law, export him, come back to country or money stuff outside. I want to go into full detail assessment of the 205 permits we have in the country. It's not to scare anyone. you've been doing everything above the board, this is your country. We're here to encourage you to do business. We partner government to go into the downstream space. The issue, no, there is no power for downstream. There is no power for road infrastructure. Well, the ship that is going out, we direct the ship to Port Moresby. Outside of Port Moresby, Papalele, we find cheap power at the moment. The downstream processing take place here, and few other specific areas that will put us downstream processing center for our countries. Like the minister knows, in his own electorate, I think that company that is operating up there needs to be given an A+ rate. The biggest vineyard mill plant now in the banks of Pacific River. That's the sort of business we want to go into, and I want you all officers here help us. Go into downstream, it value adds to economy, and we create more job, more benefit to us all. I just come to this afternoon to encourage you all to focus on downstream, focus on giving, if there is new permits to be given, first prior to landowner businesses, and the state will exercise its right for state marketing also. Find me the launching pad for this one. Let's launch it. Start with a 30% run log. We'll market for them. Eventually into a stage where all the 205 you stop there, you cut them DY. If you're here, you cut, we will market for you. And we will give it a price at the same price you've been declaring for the last 20, 30 years. You're declaring $80, we'll give you $80. You're declaring $200, we give you $200. No offense, you lose nothing. The money you've been declaring, we are giving it back to you, right here in PNG.